Welcome to another behind-the-scenes episode of Life as a Cruise Ship Crew Member. This is my 108th day working at reception on the cruise ship Costa Smeralda. Apart from being at the front desk, we also have some other duties, and today I was sent for a couple of hours to work in the area with confiscated luggages. How it works is the guests check in the cruise terminal, and then their luggage is delivered on board the ship by the workers of the terminal. When bags arrive on board, they are scanned by our security, and if there are some objects inside that are not allowed on board, these bags are brought to a special area. For example, it is not allowed to bring knives for safety reasons or irons and candles because they can cause fire. This place is on deck 3, and it's actually a crew area. In some ports, the gangway for going ashore is located here on deck 3, so this is where people enter and exit the ship. Apart from the bags with items that need to be confiscated, we also receive bags that have no tags. Sometimes during the delivery process, tags fall off, so the workers don't know which cabin the bag belongs to. We make a list with descriptions, and guests can come here to check if their missing bag is here. When we have this duty, we basically wait for people to come and look for their luggage. Reception informs them to come to this area if their bag hasn't been delivered to the cabin. If a guest has an iron or another item that isn't allowed on board, we have to take it, write a small ticket with their cabin number and the item description, and keep it. One day before their cruise ends, the housekeeping team returns the item to the cabin, so guests get everything back but can't use it during the cruise. Now our ship is docked in Dubai, and we are going to stay here for 3 days. On this itinerary, every week we have 2 overnights in Dubai, which is really cool, because we can go out at any time of the day while we are in the port. In the afternoon, I had a 5 hours break, and I went out with my friend to visit a gorgeous place in Dubai, the Miracle Garden. In Dubai, the gangway is on deck 6, and there is a boarding bridge that connects the ship directly to the cruise terminal. The terminal is super modern, with lots of souvenir shops and, most importantly, free Wi-Fi. Many crew members and guests spend quite a lot of time here using the internet, because on board it's very expensive. On the first floor of the terminal there are also ATMs, a currency exchange office, and stands selling tickets for the hop-on, hop-off buses. Unfortunately, in Dubai, there is no free shuttle bus to the city, and everything is quite expensive, which is not the best for us crew members because we don't earn that much. We decided not to take a taxi from the cruise terminal because the prices there are super high. Instead, my friend called an Uber. And what is really cool in Dubai is that when you order an Uber, you almost always get a very fancy ride. We actually got a Tesla, which was really cool. The distance to the Miracle Garden was quite big, as Dubai is super large and very modern. And something that really caught my attention were the power supply lines. It's interesting to see how huge the city really is. Finally, we arrived at the place and went to check the entry tickets. In some places, when you say you are a crew member working on a ship, you can get a special discount. I even heard that there is an amusement park here in Dubai where crew members can get the tickets super cheap. But unfortunately, the Miracle Garden didn't have any discount for us. Only local people had a cheaper price. For foreign adults, the ticket was around $27 US. The Dubai Miracle Garden is honestly a very impressive place. It's the largest natural flower garden in the world, with more than 150 million flowers, arranged in all kinds of shapes and designs. When you walk inside, you really get this nice aesthetic feeling. It's just beautiful everywhere you look. And of course, as always, I was hungry. I didn't have lunch on board because I left the ship right after finishing the first part of my morning shift. I wanted to spend as much time outside as possible. Time ashore is always precious, and it's also nice to eat something different from the crew mess once in a while. So we started looking for a place to eat, and in the end we decided to get a pizza. What I found really interesting about the Miracle Garden is that they rebuilt it every season, so each year everything looks completely different. As Dubai gets extremely hot, the garden is only open during the cooler months, usually from November to April. They also use a special irrigation system that recycles water to keep all these plants alive in the middle of the desert. The place truly feels magical. It's full of colors, shapes, and creative installations. It's like walking inside a fairy tale. They even have a full-size Emirates A380 airplane completely covered in flowers, and it actually holds a Guinness World Record. I felt really grateful to be able to see all this beauty. Yes, Dubai is an expensive city, but at least we didn't have to spend anything on transportation. The ship brought us here for free. That's one of the cool things about working on a cruise ship. You get to see a lot of beautiful places where your ship takes you. Of course, there were also small stands and shops inside the garden where they sold traditional things and souvenirs. One of the nicest ones were the glass bottles filled with colorful sand, all made by hand by local artists. Some bottles have little desert landscapes with camels, palm trees and sunsets, and others can even be personalized with your name written in the sand. Another unique souvenir you can find here in Dubai are the gold necklaces, shaped like your name, cut out from a thin gold plate.
Bracelet, necklace, anklet, no problem. You can shower, perfume, swimming, beach, no problem. Because I'm using 24 karat gold. See, he's making handmaids. I got one name and I will show you.
What's really cool is that they make them right in front of you. The jeweler first draws your name by hand and then carefully cuts it out from a sheet of real gold. After that, they smooth the edges, polish it, and can even add a small heart or design if you want. Every necklace is handmade, so each one looks a little different. It's a beautiful and personal souvenir, and since Dubai is famous for its high-quality gold, many people buy them as gifts or as a special memory from their trip. But we didn't buy the necklace. Instead, we went to check out a perfume shop, and this is where we actually spent quite a bit of money.
But with the fire, it's coming the drops attraction of the oil.
Now this is
because I make under the fire, so the hot, they make it the best. I'm looking for myself.
okay. Which one you want? This one. This is your for men.
Amazing.
Seduction for men, not for men.
No, for men only.
Okay.
It's
Okay, I will tell you.
Basma, extra the perfume, limited edition,
This is for
and you
men.
can use it even for the hair,
Okay.
for the
This
clothes,
two,
even
this
for the
two
white
for,
mommy color.
this-
Mommy color.
Why you wearing?
Extra the perfume and limited edition
How can
for
you-
hair, for body, for
Why
clothes.
you broke your hair? His heart, please. See.
The local Arabic perfumes are really something special, and many of them smelled so good. It's really incredible how much work goes into keeping the Miracle Garden beautiful every single day. They have a huge team of gardeners who start early in the morning to water, trim, and take care of all the flowers, because with millions of them, everything has to look perfect. The garden has a lot of photo spots and themed areas, like the romantic heart tunnel, cartoon characters made of flowers, and cute little houses that look straight out of a fairy tale. They try to make the garden as interactive as possible, so there are swings, pathways, and small viewpoints where you can take pictures from above. Even the smell is amazing. As you walk through the garden, you can notice different flower scents. And knowing that this whole place is built right in the middle of the desert makes it feel even more magical. It's one of those places where you can spend hours and still keep finding new beautiful corners. I really like that during this Dubai season, and we are staying in this region for about 2.5 months, we actually spend almost half of the time in Dubai. The city is huge and there are so many interesting places to visit, so it's nice that even with our work schedule, we still get the chance to see different locations. For example, even the Miracle Garden alone easily takes a full day. We really enjoyed our time there, and honestly, I would have loved to stay longer. But unfortunately, I had to go back to the ship to start the second part of my shift. Today is the second day in Dubai during this cruise, and during my break I decided to go and check the beach here. This time I decided to go on foot. I found a public beach on the map, about 1 hour away, and I thought it would be nice to explore the area. The weather was perfect, sunny and not too hot, so I wanted to enjoy it as much as possible. Not far from the cruise terminal there is a marina with yachts, and one of the boats was named Anna, just like me. You know, working at sea on a cruise ship is a completely different kind of life. You work every day, long hours, with no days off, but at the same time it's full of events, travel, new places, fun moments, and so many good memories. But of course, it's almost impossible to build a family or have a stable everyday life because you are always moving and never stay in one place for long. That's why, in my opinion, this job is great for a few contracts, maybe a couple of years, but not forever. I walked to JBR Beach, and it felt so cool to swim in winter while my home country is freezing. One thing I love about cruises is that ships follow the good weather. For example, in summer, Dubai gets extremely hot, around 50 degrees, so cruise ships only come here from late autumn to early spring, when it's around 25 degrees Celsius. The same way, many ships leave Europe in winter and go to the Caribbean or Brazil to catch the warm season there. I enjoyed my little swimming trip, but to go back to the ship, I took a taxi. My break wasn't very long, and I didn't want to risk being late. And tonight we're planning to go to a nightclub with my friend. We were told that they play good music in the nightclub Havana, so going to check it out. Going out at night feels really special, because normally on a cruise ship it almost never happens. Most of the time ships arrive in ports in the morning and leave in the evening, so we usually have only one day in each port. It's very rare to have an overnight, when the ship stays for 2 days and 1 night, and that's the only time we can actually go out at night. That's why the Dubai season is really unique. We have 2 overnights every week. We stay in Dubai for 3 days in a row, so everyone from the crew gets a chance to go out. Even people who work crazy hours and normally never have long breaks. At least at night they can enjoy the city a little. Working on board, we all get used to sleeping very few hours and trying to live our life in every free minute. I really enjoyed our night out. Havana Night Club is a super lively place with Latin vibes. They play a lot of salsa, bachata and reggaeton, and the whole atmosphere feels warm and full of energy. We came back to the cruise port at 4 in the morning. It was my first time returning on board that late. And even at that hour, there were still people sitting in the terminal, for sure enjoying the free Wi-Fi. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I really hope to see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and bye bye.